Hey, and welcome to the Mindset Launchpad video series. In this specific video series, I'm going to be talking about mindset and how you can get past those roadblocks that are blocking you from achieving your goal. So the wrong mindset can hold you back from many things, not just from business, but for, life, personal things, everything around you. The wrong mindset or the wrong environment can really hold you back. So that's what we're going to be talking about in this video series, is not just mindset, but in relation to mindset, environment, atmosphere, being around like-minded people, accountability, time management, and things like that. But the right mindset can push you forward beyond what you think is possible. Found that most people, when they have an idea or they have a business or anything like that, if they launch the business at the time, at the right time, obviously, then it will probably do well. Launch the business at the wrong time, it probably won't do as well. So obviously you need to keep into consideration those factors. But there's a lot of roadblocks in the way, that a lot of product owners and product sellers and things like that face with trying to be perfect, like perfection, being overwhelmed, and things like that. And we'll talk more about that in the specific videos. Now, I just want you to understand that once you're done with this video series, my hope is that you will have a improved positive mindset and the ability and the want to move forward, but you're going to be all excited perhaps, but it's not a one-time thing. It's an ongoing process that needs to be happening on an ongoing process, daily, weekly, or monthly. And you need to, in order to change your mindset, it's going to be a consistent process. You might be excited now, but just like anything else, you might be excited about for a whole month or a 2 month, but then after a while, you get everything in the process and you do everything over and over again to the point that you get back to what used to be your old self. And that's what you need to understand, that it is an ongoing process, and if you follow these steps, step by step, you'll be able to move forward and use the strategies to make it an ongoing process. So what I want to do now is just give you a quick overview of the video series as a whole so that you understand how the system works, what you're about to get into. So video number 1 is, of course, this video where we're talking about the start to changing your mindset, or that starting point. So this is the starting point to changing your mindset to a more positive, but more, not just only positive, but a mindset that gives you the ability to go beyond what you believe that you are right now, and so forth. Video number 2, we're going to be talking about mindset roadblock number 1, when right is not always right. And what I mean by that is, a lot of times we want our products and our ideas to be perfect, so we begin to tweak it over and over again. But the question is, when is enough is enough? When right is not always right. Perfection can be a dangerous mindset, and I'm going to show you a strategy that you can use to combat perfection, and in fact use this strategy to turn it around and actually build a stronger relationship with your customers and your business relationships. So we'll talk about that in video number 2. In video number 3, we're going to be talking about mindset roadblock number 2, which is others, or what I mean by that is the environment. People around you, your environment, has a huge impact on your mindset, and if those people around you are constantly trying to bring you down and your mindset is not in the right place where you're listening to them, or even if you're not listening to them and you're just getting dragged in, you decide to give in, and then that's going to be a problem with you being able to move forward. So we'll talk about environment and how to combat that, and how to, what you can do with that to get past it. Video number 4, we're going to talk about mindset roadblock number 3, which is stopping the feeling of being overwhelmed. Overwhelming feelings are always an ongoing process, and you're always going to feel overwhelmed. But the question is, how can you navigate through this process, and how can you, get past those bumps on the road, like feeling overwhelmed? Well, I'm going to show you how to combat that specific roadblock. Video number 5 is mindset roadblock number 4. And in this specific video, we'll be talking about dreaming. Dreaming is another mindset roadblock that we have in life. Especially creative people. We love to think of ideas, think of product ideas, think of creative solutions to problems. And, if you're not, you think differently, dreaming, you're going to still be dreaming about different ideas and product ideas and business ideas. But if you're doing that, then that's going to be a problem, because you're not going to be able to move on and focus on one thing at a time. So we're going to talk more in depth about that topic in video number 5. Video number 6 is making it fun and a game. Like I said earlier, mindset is an ongoing process. An ongoing process, you're going to need to make it into a game. But how do you do that? Video number 7 is become more self-accountable. In order to succeed in any environment, you need to be self-motivated and self-accountable. Now, obviously that's a given, but how do you improve on that? Well, we're going to talk about a spreadsheet that you can use and that you can create to become more self-accountable to yourself, so that you are not as reliant on other people to encourage you and this and that, which is what I found a lot of business owners, especially, and a lot of people were facing, is they need people to, be accountable to them. They need motivation, and they're not able to motivate themselves, and therefore their business really never moves forward. And last but not least, video number 8, we're going to be talking about, what are you wasting your time on? In other words, how do you know you're spending a certain amount of time on your computer, on Facebook, on things, leisure time? How do you know 50% of your day is not being spent on stuff that you shouldn't be spending your time on? Or how do you know a certain amount of your time that day is being spent on possible work, but you're not being as productive? So if we can pinpoint where you're being productive, where you're not, then you can definitely improve yourself, and definitely combine with the changing mindset, you have yourself a super powerful, moving forward strategy. So with that said, let's move on. The last thing that I want to talk about are the tools that you're going to need. Obviously, you're not going to need any tools. Everything that I'm going to be talking about in this specific video series is not going to require you to pull out a credit card or anything like that. You do need to have confidence in yourself, and I found that's one of the mindset roadblocks, is a lot of people don't feel like they're good enough to do anything, or they're not good enough to do certain things. And I know that I face that problem too, and it's an ongoing process of constantly trying to remind yourself that you have confidence in yourself to do certain things. And perseverance. With confidence and perseverance, you can move forward with confidence that you can do more than you believe in. So with that said, let's move on to video number 2, and let's talk about the first mindset roadblock, which is perfection.